guys, welcome back to my channel. So, if you saw the post, you've seen where I asked if you want to know how to make or how you can get 20 mini Glassine envelopes for 25 cents. Guys, look at all of these envelopes. This is 25 cents. Look, they're like perfect. And this one here is one of them that I just took one of my vintage botanical art trading journal cards and cut out and stuck in there. Look how adorable. So, do y'all want to know how to do this and get all of these for 25 cents? Yes, I know you do. So, let me stop teasing you. Guess what? There you go. Dollar Tree, 100 sheets, 5.5 by 5.5, patty paper squares. Now mine actually had probably 120 sheets, so technically it's less than 25 cents for 20. But this is how they come. So let me get them out. All right, so this is how you do it. Look, and this is all, guys, there's so many. Okay, so we're using this from the Dollar Tree. And what I do, and I do it in assembly line because I really don't feel like folding, then stopping and gluing, and then, all that. So I just I'll sit down and I'll just take several of them and I'll just fold, and you want to fold and you want to have a little bit of an overlap. I don't know if you guys can see that. So when you fold it, you want to make sure that it overlaps maybe 1/4 of an inch or so. And so I just go through and I'll fold several of them, and we'll just maybe do 5 or 10 just so that you kind of get an idea. And it doesn't have to be perfect by no means. And so what I'll do is I will fold several of them, and then I will, I won't even glue them or anything. I'll just fold them, and then I'll put them in a container, and then when I get a chance, I'll come back and glue them. But if I'm just sitting around, which is rarely, and not really doing much of anything, this is just something that I can work on to just fold, because to get, guys, Glassine envelopes are expensive, and these feel just like the ones that I have purchased from Amazon. And so and I've done stuff from the Dollar Tree, like using the wax paper that you can get in the rolls and stuff. But with this, there's no measuring, there's no cutting. I mean, the only thing you're going to cut is like the might or the ends to be able to get the fold and that kind of stuff. But that's it. I mean, there's nothing to this. So once you get, and I would get as many folded as you possibly can so that you can do each step all at one time. For me, it makes it easier. Now, you may prefer to do one at a time, and if you do, that is perfectly fine. But for me, this is just what works the best for me. So as you see, I just go along and I just fold, and that's it. This is the hardest part right here. And so let me get this one folded, and then I'll show you how I do. So when I get a bunch folded, I'll just kind of stack them up like this. And then I'll put them in, I have a container that is somewhere. Okay, here's my container. And what I'll do, let me get it open so I can show you. When I have them folded, I'll just drop them down in there. And so I know that these are already folded. So let's do a couple more. And then we will get into it. So I hope everybody is doing good. I'm still not quite back at the the other studio yet, but it is so close. Oh my goodness, it's so close. I am actually taking off of work Friday because I want to try and go ahead and finish getting my studio completely set up, or as best as I can. Alright, so I'm going to just take these and I'm going to stick these back into the little package for now. And that's the other thing, this package is very, it's small, but it keeps everything right there together. So you can just pop it in your drawer. It doesn't take up a lot of space at all. Alright, so the next thing that I do is once I've got them folded, I just come through with my glue. Now you can use whatever glue you want to. I'm just using the Fabri-Tac because that's what I have out. And I'm just going to put a thin layer, a thin line of the glue right there on that seam. And then the one thing, and I don't think I have anything heavy enough right here, is I just kind of, I set like a heavy book or something on it just to keep it from lifting. And we'll do a couple of these like this. And then we'll go to the next step. So you see guys, there's really, this is so easy. And these are just like the perfect size to put into your journals. So we'll do maybe a couple more with the glue just so you can see how I do it. And you can see there's no rocket science to it. There's nothing hard at all about this. So you can get at least 100, did y'all see that fly? Oh my God, country living. You can get at least 100 envelopes for $1.25. And if your pack is anything like my pack, you'll get maybe 120 envelopes for $1.25. Guys, yeah, can't beat that. Well, I may as well just go ahead and glue these since I've already done so many. See, I just got to talking and didn't even realize that I've just about glued them all anyway. Which it's fine because they have to be glued at some point. So why not go ahead and glue them now? And I'll have this part of it done. Alright, one more and then we will move on to the next step. Alright, so those are all glued and I'm going to let the glue actually dry on these before I do anything. So I'm just going to simply just stack them up like this, give them a good press down, and I'm just going to stick them back in there. Because I have already got some that I've glued this afternoon, and these are already dry, and I actually use, it's got some scrapbook paper scrap right there, and I actually use some cheap glue on these, so it kind of wrinkled my papers a little bit. I don't care. So you see I have this stack. So the next thing that I do, and I just, like I said, I do this in an assembly line type thing, and I just want to make sure that my insides are not glued together, and they're not. Okay, so what I do is with my seam facing up, I just fold a small area at the bottom, and then I'll fold a larger area at the top. And so then I'll just do several just like that, because again, I like to do things in almost like an assembly line. It just saves me time. And so I try to do all of the same steps at one time. So we'll do a few of these like this, and then we will move on to the next step. And sometimes I actually have a hard time knowing which side the seam is on, because I really cannot see it sometimes. And I guess it wouldn't really matter too awful much, but I do want to keep the seam like on the back. Alright, we'll do just a couple more like this. And it really doesn't matter how much you fold up at the bottom or down at the top. You're going to end up with a cute little envelope no matter how you do it. So that's the one good thing about this. And again, you can, when you get them, you can fold them all at one time and then throw them in another box. and then come back and, you know, cut them later. Or you can do it all at one time. Just do whatever's easiest for you and makes sense for you and your crafting style. I do like to do a lot of things in an assembly line. It tends to save me a little bit of time. Alright, I think we've got enough to show you guys. So I'm just going to take these right here, because now these are all glued in here. These are all glued as well, and I'm just going to pop them back in my container because those are all at the same stage. Alright, so now I have them like this. So all I do is right here on the top part, I just cut from that score mark or the fold, I just cut a very slight angle to cut that edge off. And you could round it if you wanted to, but I'm not. And then down here at the bottom, I just cut a little bit sharper degree of an angle. And then what I do is I open this up, and on the side that has the seam, I'm going to cut this part off because I don't need it, and it will just give added bulk. And I'm going to do that on the top and the bottom. And I'm just going to cut it off just like that. So let's move on to the next one. Same thing, I'm just going to cut a slight angle there and a slight angle there, a little sharper angle here, and then I'm just going to trim this part off right here. And I'm going to trim this part off right here. Alright, let's do a couple more like that so you guys can get a good idea. And I mean, it's really this easy, guys. And to have the glassine envelopes for basically a penny a piece, you really can't beat that. Get it open, Betty Renfrew. Fumble fingers. And then I just kind of go right there on that score line. And if you go a little above the score line, that's perfectly fine. It's not going to hurt anything if you do. And then I'm just going to cut this one off right here. And you know, how cute are these? I love to put these in my journals. You know, but I don't often do it, or haven't been doing it, because they can get a little pricey. And guys, with the way prices are lately, we need to be able to save money anywhere we possibly can. And I love the fact that because I'm using the pre-cut patty paper squares, that all of my little envelopes pretty much come out the same size. So I love that. You know, you can get the rolls of wax paper and, you know, make different sizes. And I do that. But, you know, there's sometimes I do like having everything the same size, like for these. So the patty paper squares just work perfectly for me. And even though I'm not measuring, I'm just folding it, you could see from that other stack that I came pretty close to having them all about the same. So that's a good thing. Well, we're just going to, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and do these because I only have, what, 3 more. So we're just going to go ahead and do them. Y'all can just listen to me babble. Y'all just going to have to deal with me. Alright, and I am going to, maybe tomorrow, I'm not sure, I am going to show my, some of my altered composition books. I've had a lot of people asking about them lately, because y'all know I use those all the time. Like, I'm always have one of those or 5 of those. Like right now, I think I've got like 4, I don't know, I just use them all the time. So that will maybe be tomorrow's video. I don't know. And I am planning on, hopefully, fingers crossed, I am hoping to do a live this Friday night. We shall see. I'm really hoping to. The live this last Friday night got interrupted by my little granddaughter. She was knocking on the door, and guys, I'm sorry, I had to go. I just had to get off, because when that baby needs her mamaw, that's all that matters. So, okay, we are so close to having all of this part of it done, and then we're almost completely done with them, actually. I have just one more little small step, and then we will be done. And we may decorate one of them, just so you can kind of see what to do, or what you can do with them. Alright. One more little, well, 2 more cuts. And that's all the cutting you have to do on these. It's just cutting this part off right here. I mean, and that's it. You know, it's not like where you have to do a lot of cutting in them, so I like that. Alright, let me get this in the garbage bag down here. Alright, so now that you have them like this, the only thing you have left to do is just glue that bottom down. So again, I take a little bit of Fabri-Tac, put it down, and then I just glue them all. And that's why I like to do it assembly line. It just makes it a little bit easier for me. And you see how quick and easy this project is. And not only is it quick and easy, it's very inexpensive. And that's what I love the most about it. I love the fact that it is an inexpensive project, that it's just using stuff for, and you can use the Dollar Tree glue. Just make sure that it's the one. I was using the clear school glue from Dollar Tree, but I think it had a little too much water content in it, which it's fine, because you know, with this type of stuff, I don't care that it's kind of wrinkled. That does not bother me. But if that bothers you, just keep that in mind, that some of that may have a little bit more water in it, and so it may wrinkle your bags a little more. But at the end of the day, it's really not a big deal, because you know, us junk journalers, we love the grungy stuff like that anyway, so it just gives it a little more character. Alright, so that's done. So now we just made on camera here, we made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why didn't I do one more and make it 10? Oh my goodness, guys. And see, even with me not measuring, they're all about the same size. Alright, so let's see what we can do to decorate one of these. And I am going to pull this out. And I posted a little video over on the Scrapbooking with Me Facebook page. This is made using one of those Simple Stories snap notebooks that you can get from scrapbookingwithme.com. And I just covered mine with scrapbook paper, even my tabs. And see, what I've done is I have used the inside, those pockets, to store ephemera. So I thought that was pretty cute. So make sure you run over to scrapbookingwithme.com and grab you one. And trust me, they're actually cheaper over there. So that is like the best place to get them all the way around. Alright, so let me ink one of these up a little bit. You know, we got to do some inking. It wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't do some inking. But I just wanted to show you guys, you know, what you can do with some of these. You know, and if you just buy one pack of that patty paper sheets, I think is what it's called. I don't know. You just buy one pack of those, guys, you can get 100 of these little envelopes. And that'll last you quite some time. And look how cute. We could even stamp on them if we wanted to. But let's see, what do we want to do? I have some flower stuff. Oh, look, I have some of these. That one might be a little too big, maybe. What about this one? It says fight or faithful. Oh, let's see. What do we want to do? And this would be cute, like if you're wanting to gift some ephemera, some little pieces of stuff to somebody. These would be really cute to put like some little stickers or stamps down in, or labels or anything like that. This one says forgive. I like that. Or achieve. Let's go with forgive. And I'm just going to ink this up. And I don't even remember what video we made these on. I have no idea. Alright, and I'm just going to put that on there because I think that's cute, just like that. So I'm just going to glue this down. Just like that. Alright, let's do one more. Since I didn't use what I thought I was going to use, we'll go ahead and ink it up. And you can ink all over this. You can ink the, where it's got wrinkles in it and give it some character. You don't have to ink it. You can do whatever. They're just so much fun. I love working with these because I love the way they sound. I like to do that. Okay. Now let's see. What do we want to do? Let me put these back in. And again, this is just the Simple Stories Snapbook that you can pick up over at scrapbookingwithme.com. They have a very good price on them over there. And I don't know how many more they have left. So if I were you, I don't know that I would take too much time. I would probably go and grab one. Oh, and I could actually stamp on this since I've got the butterflies on it. Actually, I'm liking that. Okay, let's do that. Let's ink our butterflies up and our little special delivery little label. And my fingers, because I have to ink my fingers every time. All right. So let's see, how do I want them? Let me lay them out again. I think I want them maybe like that. I think that looks good enough for me. Now I'm just going to glue these down. These, even decorating these and all, these would be great for like a mass make. You could take the time, and make a bunch of them. And then you could take the time to, decorate them. And then you would just have them right ready to go whenever you needed them in a journal. That is so cute. Do you want to do one more? Let's do one more. Why not? I'm only going to maybe do the front side with the ink to save a little bit of time. So I can do the back side later. Alright. What about if we done, let's see. I'm thinking, thinking, and that's a problem when I start thinking. I don't know that I like that. Let's see if there's something else. I might need to get some different ephemera out. Yeah. Okay, let's see. You know what? I actually like that. Even though it hangs off a little bit, I kind of like that. So let's just ink it up a little bit and let's just glue it down. And then we're going to call it done. And I think I want it just like that. And then if I wanted to, I could go back and put like some kind of a little word label on it. Anything like that, it would be very easy to do. So let's just get these stuck back in. And again, this is a great, great, great little way to store ephemera. And I just, like I said, I just use the Snap notebook that you can purchase from scrapbookingwithme.com. So you definitely want to go over and grab you one of those. I believe they have the coral and the teal, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So guys, that is it for today. We have made some envelopes. We have decorated some envelopes. We have thrown my ephemera folder down. Now it just kind of fell down a little bit. But there you go, guys. Look at all of these envelopes. And we still have a whole bunch in this pack to make. So there's all of them, guys. Look at that. And you see how many more we still need to cut and how many more I still need to fold. And all of this is for $1.25. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.